Faith.
Present po.
D. Danica Daniel.
Present po.
Fontanilla Rian. Glorian Marjonine. Wala din. Imperial Asyla or Asyla ba? Wala pa din.
Hello. Hello po, ma'am.
Yes.
Ito, Asayla po.
Okay. Junio Francine.
Present po.
Lucinario Nicole.
Present po.
Luby Cassandra.
Present po.
Magtalas Cybel.
Present po.
Manuel Morlianier.
Present po.
Did I pronounce it right?
Yes, ma'am.
Manuzon Bianca.
Present po.
Miguel Mary Rose. Navarro. Bakit di ka makapagsalita, Miss Miguel?
Present po.
Okay. Navarro Dasha Alisa. Wala. Olays. Anong basa dito? Olais or Olays, Mariel?
Present po, ma'am. Olais po.
Olais. Pakibol Erin Erich.
Present po.
Nasaan? Ayun, okay. Pendergat Alessandra. Wala. Postres Lira. Wala din. Quarto Jermaine. Nasaan? Parang wala. Again, where are you? Hindi kita nakita. Wala ba? Quezon Juliana.
Present po.
On cam, please. Or you will be marked absent. Rebecca Emily.
Present po.
Roldan Casey Ann.
Present po.
Nasaan? Can you talk again? Hindi ko makita.
Present po, Roldan.
Good. Salinas Benaline.
Present po.
Hindi kita. On cam also, please.
Ma'am,
Sendag.
ayun.
Okay.
Nag-stop po yung, sorry po.
Sendagan Luella.
Present po.
Ayun. Sassy Jonami. Sonsing Chloe Ann. Tado Bernadette.
Present po.
Tan Justin Micaela. Or Michaela.
Michaela. Present.
Toriado Tiffany.
Present po.
Torres Emilia.
Present po.
Valencia Baby Colleen. Viana Ashley Mariel.
Present po.
Bulaklak Jean Ezekiel.
Present po, ma'am.
Nasaan ka? Can you talk again? Sorry, hindi ko nakita sa dami ng tao.
Present po, ma'am.
Okay. Felicilda Anthony Miles.
Present po, Doc.
Formentas Justine. Franco John Augustin. Guillermo Kian Brits.
Present po.
Tama ba, Kian?
Opo mo.
Lumeda Adrian Vincent.
Present po, ma'am.
Ayun, okay. Macedonio Jason.
Present po.
Okay. Magbanwa Jake.
Present po.
Okay. Minjola John Carlo.
Present po.
Ayun. Peray Janezer.
Present po.
Okay. Torres Noel Matthew. Vivo Danielson. Wala. Ang daming wala. Okay, message. Miss present po. Miss Quarto, where are you? Wala pa, wala na una. Yes, Miss Postres.
Present po, Postres.
On cam, please. Miss Quarto, can you talk para kita ko kung on cam? It's doctor, by the way. It's not Miss. Miss Fontanilla, where are you? Ayan, okay na si Miss Fontanilla. Okay, anyway, I'm Dr. Jennifer De Luna Gapi. I'm a faculty of the Department of Dentistry in Makati since 2012. I'm a graduate of Doctor of Dental Medicine in CEU Manila batch 2011, and I also have a master's degree in dental health education last 2017. So, yes, I prefer to be called doctor kasi pinaghirapan ko yon. Mararamdaman nyo yan when you become a doctor. Tapos tinatawag din kayong ate, miss. Parang tagal ko nag-aral, hirap na hirap ako, miss pa rin, ate pa rin. So, and be careful, be mindful of your, how do you address your other professors as well. I know your first year you came from a senior high school and all your professors, ma'am, okay lang sa akin ng ma'am. Actually, ma'am is better than miss. Okay, so, medyo, di ba sensitive, but it's a good way to address your professors, especially now na most of your professors are on the dental field. We call them doctor. Okay, so, kasi nga, pinaghirapan natin yun. Okay, lagi ko yan sinasabi sa mga first year and second year kasi I know na sanay na kayo. Okay, but eto, at miss pa rin. Oral anatomy lecture, and it's purely online. Okay, Sunsing, do I have that? Okay. Nasaan ako? So, ayun, from the announcement board, I said, please be on time because you don't have any reason to be not on time. Kasi, again, this is online. All you have to do is turn on your computer at 7 in the morning to attend my class. So, walang traffic na nangyayari. Okay? I'm not strict with dress codes. Okay? Wag lang kayo nakahubad on the camera. Okay? With on-cam, I normally ask my students to be on-cam at the start of the class. Okay? Para lang alam ko that there's someone behind that camera or behind the picture or the name. Okay? After that, during the discussion, you can off-cam. Okay? Kung mas nakaka-listen kayo or nakakapag-take downs kayo off-cam. That's okay with me kasi ako mismo, I will be off-cam as well kasi ayoko rin ng distractions, okay? Specifically, when I'm discussing, hindi na ako nagpapapasok ng mga estudyante kasi nadidistract din ako. Okay? Hindi tayo traditional class na you can just go in, right? Dito kasi I have to admit you. And if you're too much late, hindi natin talaga kita papapasukin. Okay, ayun. Everything is online from the discussion up to the yes, Miss Quarto.
Miss Win, Doc, rinig na po ba ako?
Yes, okay na. And then, okay na. You can mute. Okay, nasaan ako? Okay, so again, everything is online from the discussion to post task, the quizzes, and then if you're good enough, even the exam. Pero if I find your class suspicious, and then it will be on campus with the proctor. but it will still be online, pero yung proctor nyo will be live. Okay? It would be one of the professors in the Department of Dentistry. Okay? Ano pa ba? Why is it online? Because I'm currently living in San Diego, California. So we have a different time zone. We 15 hours difference. It's 4 p.m. here, so 7 dyan. Okay? So that's one of the concerns as well. If you will message me, I can reply to you if you message me in the morning. But if you message me lunchtime or after lunchtime, I won't reply. Probably will receive a reply late in the evening or the next day na. Kasi again, magkaiba nga tayo ng time zone. Okay, 15 hours yung difference. Ano pa ba? I usually start on time. I'm strict with schedules. Okay, like postas. Postas, I normally open for 2 weeks. Teka nga, ano na nga ako. You can turn off your camera kasi it's the discussion. Sabi, sa umpisa lang talaga ako kasi I'm checking the attendance. Okay? So, dito na tayo sa orientation. So, on your syllabus, it's just the Luna, but I'm married already, so it's the Luna Gappy. Okay, so oral anatomy, it's a 4-unit subject, 2 units lecture, 2 units laboratory. So you have 2 professors on this subject. Purely online and lecture because I will be your professor. For the laboratory, obviously that's on campus. I'm laboratory nyo.
Dr. Shazam po.
Okay, so for the lecture, for the grading system, 2/3 of your grade will come from class participation, which is subdivided into quiz, Canvas. Not all topics has posts. Okay, minsan lang ako magka-postas. But if I open a postas, it's open for 2 weeks. 2 weeks ang submission. So it means you don't have any reason to be late in submission. Okay, so in short, if you will be late, kasi like ngayon, ano ba ngayon? Akong phone ko. It's August 7, right? So if I will open a post task today, may na-open akong post task actually, the submission would be August 21. So you have 2 weeks to finish that post task, okay? And if you will message me ng August 21, open yun hanggang 11:59 p.m. And you message me na, ma'am, apologies, I did not submit my postas kasi nawala ng internet, na traffic ako, hindi ko agad na-submit. I won't accept those reasons. Kasi again, it's open for 2 weeks. I didn't tell you to submit it on 21. Hindi ko siya inopen today and then sa 21 na uli. It's open the whole 2 weeks. You can submit anytime. So, I don't accept those types of excuses. Okay, hindi na rin tinatanggap yung nawawalan ng internet kasi you have your Wi-Fi, you have your data. Okay, so imposibleng hindi kayo nagpe-Facebook. Okay? Quiz and post task has the same weight. Okay, so ibig sabihin, you also have to submit post task. Okay, pambawi din yan if you have low quizzes. 1/3 of your grade will come from examination. This semester, we have 3 terms. Prelims will be on September 9 to 12, midterms 15 to 19, finals November 26 to 29. Okay? But I will be ahead for the final exam. Actually, ahead ako lagi sa laboratory supposed to be because, again, what you have learned on the lecture should be applied on the laboratory. Every time you carve on tooth specimens or discuss the different anatomic landmark on tooth specimens, dapat nauna ako para you will be able to understand the laboratory part. Okay? Kaya magdi-discuss ako today. Okay? 60% cut off, I don't adjust grades. Okay? So, you always have to aim higher kasi always remember, board exam is 75% passing. Class starts exactly at 7. The latest would be 7:05. Okay? Kasi like for today, it's a long lecture. Kahapon, nag-extend pa ako ng 5 minutes with section C. Okay, so we really have to start on time. Okay, the next week, quiz and then discussion. Kaya kailangan on time tayo lahat. And I won't wait for the others kung late kayo. Okay? Cheating, it's a big problem, especially that my class is online, but always remember Canvas always notify me if there are suspicious activities of students like switching tabs, switching windows, or stop viewing the quiz taking page. Okay. This is a sample of one of the students. Madami na akong students na nahuli, madami na akong students na nasingko, in short. Which shows evidences of students switching or yun nga, stop viewing the Canvas quiz-taking page while taking the quiz. So this is enough evidence for me to show to your parents and to the program head and to you as well as a sign of cheating. That is why every time we have a quiz, you are not allowed to switch windows, to switch tabs, or anything. Just focus on that window that has the quiz. Okay, ma'am, paano, di ba, we have Google Meet while taking the quiz. Don't mind the Google Meet. Okay, pag nag-start na yung quiz, doon lang kayo mag-focus sa quiz taking page and that's it. Okay? So every time na may makikita kong ganito, I will notify you and I will also notify the program head. Once I caught you cheating, your first offense will have a grade of 5 on the grading period. So kung nahuli kita ng prelims, I will give you a grade of 5 on oral anatomy lecture. Kung second offense, nahuli na naman kita, hindi ka pa rin nagtanda, you will have a grade of 5 on the subject which is oral anatomy lecture. So kung mataas ka sa lab, pwede pa. Okay, but third offense, di ka pa rin natuto, okay? And then you are bound for expulsion. Okay, absences. So you can present excuse letter signed by your parent or guardian and supporting documents for readmission slip. Supporting documents includes medical certificate, death certificate, or ano pa ba, sa online kasi lagi niyong nirarason sa akin, walang kuryente, walang wifi. You can show me notifications or announcement by the barangay or the telecommunications company. It always works. So very, very useful lang social media sa announcement. So you could show me that. Okay? As an evidence, hindi ako tumatanggap ng excuse letter na walang evidence or supporting documents. And I also need an ID from the parent with signature so that I can compare the sign of the parent on the excuse letter as well as on the ID to avoid forgery. Okay? Special quiz or exam given to those who have been confined in the hospital, accidents, and in cases of death of relatives. Okay, so I give special quizzes and sabi nila very special daw yung nabibigay kong quizzes. Okay? Ano pa ba? Quizzes, I don't give the answers on quizzes kasi I'm teaching 3 classes of oral anatomy lecture, section A, B, and C. So to avoid any leakage, I don't give the right answers after. Pero kasi, di ba, you as a student, ito yung sinabi ng first program head namin, na you as a student, after the quiz, meron tayong ugali na hindi ko maalala yung sagot doon and then you will find it. Hahanapin mo yung tamang sagot. Okay? So you can actually do that to find the answers. Okay? Ay, shucks. Ayan, tama pala yung ginawa ko. Next. Textbook. Chrome tab. Reference. Okay, yung last slide kanina shows the official textbook for oral anatomy. It's the Wheeler's Dental Anatomy, Physiology, and Occlusion by Ash. I already give you an ebook, so you just have to download it for your reference for you to read. Most of my quizzes, di pala most, lahat ng quizzes ko, it came from the PowerPoint, my discussion, as well as the books. So, I am encouraging you, hindi pala encouraging, I am requiring you to read the book. Okay, it's an ebook, so you don't have any reason na, ma'am, di ako makabili, mahal yung libro. You just have to download that. Okay? Also, I have given you a Google Drive link. When you click on this, you would see all my PowerPoints. Hindi nalipat. Okay, hindi siya nalipat. Okay, you would see all my PowerPoints in oral anatomy from lecture 1 until the very last lecture. So in short, binigay ko sa inyo lahat. Okay, all you have to do is listen to the lecture. So ba't ko binigay agad-agad lahat ng PowerPoint? Kasi during my time, one of my professor did this. He gave us all the PowerPoint and then we print it on handouts. Actually, nagbigay siya ng handouts. Di naman uso yung nagbibigay ng link, right? He gave us all the handouts para daw, while he is discussing, we are taking down notes on the handouts and it actually works for me. Okay, so ginaya ko siya ever since I start teaching. I usually give handouts of my lecture, and on this time, I'm giving a Google Drive link for all my PowerPoints para, in your case, ma-print out nyo din, and then while I'm discussing, you are taking down notes. Teka lang. If you will also, if the reference and the class schedule is on Canvas, it's on the first module, the orientation module, you would see the class schedule. So, ganun ako ka-OC na nakalagay yung class schedule. Okay? So, ma'am, bakit range? Again, I'm teaching all the oral anatomy of the 3 sections of second year. So, today, we will be discussing introduction. Next week, tooth development. August 21, it's a break for you guys kasi it's a holiday. Ginawa ko na siyang break for the whole oral anatomy class para pantay-pantay. August 28, discussion of maxillary incisor. September 4, mandibular incisors. September 11 will be the prelims exam. Okay? September 18, discussion of canine. 25, maxillary premolars. October 2, mandibular premolars. October 9 is quiz day lang. So, ano lang to, pasok lang kayo to quiz and then that's it. October 16, midterms exam. October 23, maxillary molars. October 30, mandibular molars. November 6, deciduous dentition. November 13, quiz day. November 20 is the final exam. So, ito yung sinasabi ko, I end early. So, yung last week of the semester, it's a free day for you guys on my subject. Okay? So, as you can see, very detailed or very organized yung subject. And I hope kayo din na you could manage your time given the schedule. And if you would also see the schedule, we will be discussing each tooth individually. Discuss natin lahat ng anatomic landmarks and any features of that tooth. Okay, but for today, we will start with the introduction of how do we name tooth and what are the specific or what are the general landmarks we could see on all types of tooth. Okay, any questions? May tanong ba? May tanong ba kayo before I start discussing again?
Doc, I think none so far po.
Okay. Ay, sino nga palang president?
Later pa po kami mag-elect ng official officers
Okay.
po.
So, whoever is the president, please message me para lang I just know na, okay, ako yung president, ma'am. Ganon. Pero all of my announcement is on Canvas. If you have any concerns pala, you can message me on Canvas. Tapos, you could also email me. My email is ja.deluna@ceu.edu.ph. Okay. Miss Asis, kaya nga ako nag-announce sa Canvas that this is the official Google Meet link, okay, for our class. May announcement for a reason. Anyway. Again, everything is online. Wait lang. Okay, I'll start discussing na ha. Hinahanap ako eh. Okay. So, wait lang ha. Wait. Okay, nandyan pa ba kayo? Sorry for that interruption. We'll start our first lecture with the introduction of oral anatomy. Okay, so let's start with the definition. Oral anatomy or dental anatomy, it's a field of anatomy dedicated to the study of the human tooth structures. The development, appearance, and classification of teeth fall within its purview. Dental anatomy is also a taxonomical science. It is concerned with the naming of teeth and the structure of which they are made. This information serving a practical purpose in dental treatment. So, dental anatomy is the very foundation of the dentistry course. Okay? Kasi with this subject or with this science, you are able to learn first the naming of teeth. Sabi nga, it's a taxonomical science because it's concerned with the naming of the teeth. We'll also talk about the different structures or the different anatomic landmarks of each tooth. Thus, you could distinguish one tooth from the another. So you would distinguish what's maxillary incisor from mandibular incisor or the upper incisor from the lower incisors. You will identify what's left from right incisors or other teeth. Okay? Ay, yun na agad. Parang kulang. Okay. So, sabi nga, the dental anatomy, okay, so it talks about, it's a taxonomical science. Thus, yung introduction talks about the dental nomenclature. So, when we say nomenclature, it talks about how teeth are named. And teeth are named based on their set, arc, class, types, and even sides. Teeth can belong to one of two sets of teeth. They could be deciduous teeth or permanent teeth. So deciduous teeth, this is more commonly known as the primary teeth or the baby teeth. So meaning, these are the first ones to erupt. Normally, they start at 6 months of age and it will continue until 3 years of age. So, pagdating ng 3 years of age, kompleto na yung baby tooth or the primary tooth, and then the baby will use it until he or she is 6 years of age, wherein it will be replaced by the first permanent teeth. Okay? The deciduous teeth, again, there are 20 primary or baby teeth, okay, wherein we could see 10 on the upper arc and 10 on the lower arc. Okay? For the permanent teeth, it's also called the secondary or adult teeth. So it's permanent, thus it will not be replaced as compared to deciduous or primary teeth, which are all replaced by the permanent teeth. Okay? Another difference of this permanent teeth is from 20 primary teeth, it will become 28 to 32 permanent tooth. So, ma'am, bakit range yung 28 to 32? It's supposed to be, or it's actually 32 with the third molars, okay? But there are people that has congenitally missing third molars, meaning hindi na talaga sila natutubuan ng third molar. Thus, they will only have 28 teeth. So kung ako yon, mas gusto ko yon na hindi ako natutubuan ng third molar kasi as we know, as sa Filipinos, like 60 to 80% of Filipinos has this impacted third molars which should be surgically removed. Okay? So, in short, dagdag gasta siya on patients. Okay? Pero sa atin as dentist, dagdag kita. Okay? Pero, again, technically, permanent teeth is 32. Okay? While for the deciduous, we only have 20. So, ma'am, bakit, ano yung difference? Bakit ang deciduous is 20 while the permanent teeth is 32? The deciduous teeth, it doesn't have premolars and it only has 2 molars. While for the permanent teeth, it has the complete teeth. So, it has this, meron siyang premolars and it has 3 molars. So this is the picture of a deciduous dentition. So you have 10 on the upper and 10 on the lower with a total of 20 deciduous or primary tooth. So sabi ko nga sa inyo, it has incisors. So meron siyang central incisors, lateral incisors, canines, and 2 molars. So we have first molar and second molar. So if you will divide it into 4 quadrants, so one quadrant would have the same set of tooth on the other quadrant. Okay? So, pag sinabing quadrant, we divide it into 4. Okay? Next, for the permanent teeth, so ayan, dumami na siya. So, from 10 per arc, so pag arc naman, so yung upper tsaka lower yon, magiging 16 per arc. So, we have 16 upper and 16 lower permanent tooth. So, anong nadagdag? So, we have central incisor pa rin, lateral incisor, and canine permanent teeth. But there's a difference. Nagkaroon ng premolars. We have first premolar and second premolar. And then we have 3 molars. The 3 molars is the first molar, second molar, and the third molar. Okay? The permanent teeth, they have subtypes. We have succedaneous tooth and the non-succedaneous tooth. So the succedaneous tooth or teeth refers to those teeth of the permanent dentition that replace primary teeth. Okay? So di ba sabi ko that yung primary teeth, okay, they are gone starting from 6 years of age and they will be replaced by permanent teeth. Okay? This permanent tooth that replace the primary tooth includes incisors. These incisors will replace the primary incisors, obviously. Next is the permanent canines, which will also replace the primary canines, and the premolars or the permanent premolars. These permanent premolars will replace primary molars. Okay? The non-succedaneous tooth, on the other hand, this pertains to the permanent teeth that are not preceded by a primary form, meaning non-succedaneous, they did not replace any primary tooth. Okay? So wala silang pinalitan. Okay? This includes the permanent molars. Okay? Malinaw ba? Sana nagkakaintindihan pa tayo. Okay, question. What tooth does the permanent premolars replace? What tooth does the permanent premolars replace? You can write your answers on the message box. Again, what tooth do the maxillary permanent premolars replace? Write your answers on the message box. So yan. Tama naman kayo. The answer is the primary molars. Good job. I have a toddler, so sanay akong nagsasabi ng good job. Sorry. Another way to name teeth is according to their arc. So the arc could be maxillary or mandibular. The maxillary is the term given to the teeth in the upper jaw. So all the upper teeth, we call it maxillary teeth. While the mandibular is term used for teeth in the lower jaw. So all the lower teeth, we call it mandibular teeth. So from here on out, I don't want to hear you saying lower teeth, upper teeth. We have to use the proper dental term, which is maxillary teeth or mandibular teeth. So if I talk about the upper canine, it's called maxillary canine. If I talk about the lower molars, lower first molar, it's called mandibular first molar. Okay? Even on your quizzes and postas, I won't be accepting answers na upper or lower. You have to use proper term, which is maxillary or mandibular. Next, teeth can be also identified through anterior teeth or posterior teeth. So when we say anterior teeth, these are the group of teeth that is facing the lips, which is found in front. Okay, so this includes incisors and canines. So anterior teeth, every time you smile, the teeth that you see in front is the incisors and canine. You call it anterior teeth. Next is the posterior teeth. The posterior teeth includes premolars and molars. These are the group of teeth that is covered by the buccal mucosa or the cheeks. Okay? And they are found behind the anterior teeth. That is why they are called posterior teeth. So next, 4 classes of teeth. So we have incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. So these are the classes of teeth on permanent teeth. But for the deciduous or primary teeth, we only have incisors, canines, and molars. Incisors muna tayo. Incisors come from the Latin word incidere, meaning to cut. They are the first kind of tooth in human, function as cutting or shearing instruments for food. So every time you eat pizza, you eat burger, you cut the food using your incisors. Diba? Diyan ka kumakagat on the incisors. So yun yung pinaka-function niya. And again, this is normally the first tooth to erupt from primary tooth. Ito yung una as well as the permanent dentition. Next is canine. Canine is also called cuspids. Actually, dental term is cuspids. Mas nasanay lang tayong canine because nagkakaroon ng misrepresentation na canine. Siyempre, we say canine sa dog, right? Pero canine is called canine because it resembles a dog teeth. Okay, so ayan, it's a dog teeth. It looks like fangs and an eye teeth in case of those of the upper jaw. So you would easily know na it's a canine because it resembles a dog teeth or a vampire teeth. Okay? It's not flat as the incisor and it has these cusp ridges or magkakaroon na ng mga inclinations. Okay? They possess the longest root of all the teeth and are located at the corners of the dental arc. This is used for ripping and tearing of food. So canines are found at the corners of the mouth. It actually helps on the foundation of your smile. Okay? Kasi imagine mo, or kung napapansin nyo, if yung mga adults or senior citizens, if they don't have canines or if their canines are erupted, depressed na yung smile nila. Okay? So, canine helps building your smile line. Okay? And ayan, this has the longest tooth and that is why this is the most stable. Ano pa ba? Ay, function. The function, this is used for ripping and tearing of food because again, it has the longest tooth. So, it is the most stable. Kung napapansin nyo rin na every time you rip or cut food, if matigas siya, you usually tear it on the canine region, not on the incisors. Next is premolars. It's also called bicuspid. So, di ba, canine is called cuspids, premolars, we call it bicuspids kasi it actually look like a canine. The only difference, it's bi, so meaning you would see two canines. So, dalawang canine siya because one on the buccal and one on the lingual. So, ma'am, ano yung difference? Yung premolars kasi is meron siyang gantong structure. You would see the one facing the cheeks and the one facing the tongue. Okay? Or in the palate. Okay? So, ito siya. Dalawang ganun siya. Kita ba yung cursor ko? Okay. So it is a transitional teeth located between the canine and molars teeth, act like the canine in tearing of food and are similar to the molars in grinding of food. So since nga it looks like canine, okay, its function could be canine, wherein it helps in tearing up of food, okay, but since it has occlusal surface, okay, it has this large occlusal surface, it also helps with molar's function, which is grinding or chewing of food. Okay? That is why it's considered a transitional teeth kasi it works either an anterior teeth, a canine, or it can also work as a posterior teeth like the molars. Molar, it's the last tooth. It's the Latin name mola, which means millstone. This is used for grinding or chewing of food. This is because it has a large occlusal surface. Okay, so it's found on the posterior area wherein we grind or chew food. This is where we masticate food as well. Now, next topic is the numbering system. Most probably, you are familiar with this because this is one of the topics in perspective of dentistry. Tama ba? Na-discuss na sa inyo to? Actually, ang introduction is like a review of perspective of dentistry sa pagkakaalam ko. Okay? So anyway, and the different teeth, it has this different naming system. Okay, or numbering system. So it could be the FDI World Dental Federation notation, universal numbering system, or what we call military system, and the Palmer notation method. So kasi as dentists, okay, on the patient's chart, we don't write complete na restoration on permanent maxillary central incisor. Hindi ganon. If you have seen your parents, most kasi ng mga dental student, ang parents ay dentist. If you have seen your parents' patient records or you have seen your dental record, okay, puro number doon. And those number represent a specific tooth. Okay? And itong tatlo, these are the widely used numbering system. Okay? Let's start with the FDI, World Dental Federation notation. So, the FDI, Federation Dentaire Internationale, World Dental Federation, developed in 1971 a system to identify teeth with a number. This system is called the FDI two-digit notation, also known as the ISO 3950 notation. The FDI two-digit notation is widely recognized and used worldwide. In the Philippines, this is the system that we use, the FDI system. It's considered two-digit system because we use two digits to properly name a tooth. Okay? So, this is how you use an FDI system. So, two-digit siya, diba? Okay, so, yan, 10. Okay. Kapag sulat, ayun na. So, diba, two digits siya, okay? So, for the first digit, okay, first digit tayo, we only use numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And this represents the quadrant. So, diba, if you remember, we have 16 tooth. Okay? And it is 1632 tooth and 16 tooth per quadrant. Okay? So, yung quadrant, ito yon, we divide our dentition or our teeth into 4 quadrants. The upper right or the maxillary right, it's number 1. The upper left or maxillary left is number 2. The lower left is number 3. And the lower right or mandibular right is number 4. Okay, again, this is the first digit on the FDI system. Okay, next, for the second digit, we have to number the teeth from 1 to 8. Okay, so bakit 1 to 8? If you remember, for each quadrant, merong 8 tooth. Okay, so ano yung 8 tooth? Number 1 is the central incisor. Okay. Number 2 is the lateral incisor. Number 3 is canine. Di kita. Ang hirap. Okay. Number 3 is canine. Number 4 is the first premolar. Number 5 is the second premolar. Okay. Number 6 is the first molar. Sorry, pangit yung sulat ko. Mouse lang gamit ko. Number 7, second molar. And number 8 is the third molar. Okay? So again, the FTI system is called two-digit system kasi we use 2 digits. The first digit is to identify the quadrant. So ito yon. It's only 1 to 4. And the second digit is used to identify the tooth. And this is 1 to 8. Okay? So, lipat natin. Bakit di ko siya malipat? Ayaw malipat. Erase. Ito na nga lang tayo magsulat. Okay, so if I say tooth number 1, 1, okay, also, we have to say it as if 2 digits talaga. Hindi natin pwedeng sabihin tooth number 11 kasi it's not 2 digits, okay? So, when I say tooth number 1, 1, using the FDI system, okay, the first number is 1, or the first digit is 1. This is your permanent maxillary right. Okay? So, ma'am, paano nyo ulit nakuha na yung number 1 is permanent maxillary right? If you remember, upper right is number 1. Okay? Second digit is also 1. So, yung second digit, if you remember, this talk about the tooth. Okay? So, ano yung number 1 na sinabi ko kanina? It's the central incisor. Okay? So, in short, tooth number 1, 1 is permanent maxillary right central incisor. Okay? Gets nyo? Isa pa. Next, tooth number 2, 3. What's tooth number 2, 3? Tooth number 2, 3, first digit muna tayo. So, it's upper right. So, it's permanent. Laging kailangan may permanent. Okay? Permanent maxillary, kasi nga upper, so it's maxillary left, okay? That's the first digit, number 2. And then the second digit is 3. So number 3 is canine. So permanent maxillary left canine. Gets? Sige, para alam ko kung gets nyo, what's tooth number 4, 3? What's tooth number 4, 3? Write your answers on the message box. What's tooth number 4, 3? Okay, so tooth number 4, 3 is permanent mandibular right canine. Again, it should be complete. Hindi pwedeng mandibular canine, mandibular right canine. It should be complete. Permanent mandibular right canine. Okay, good job. Next, for the, meron pa palang nagsasagot. Ayan, permanent mandibular right canine. Okay. Next, for deciduous teeth, the system varies slightly kasi instead of the first digit being 1, 2, 3, 4, the first digit for deciduous dentition okay, would be, ay, nawala. The first digit for the deciduous dentition would be numbers 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So, ganun uli. Okay? The maxillary right for deciduous dentition is 5. The maxillary left is 6. The mandibular left is 7. And the mandibular right is 8. Okay? This is for the first digit. For the second digit, it's only numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ma'am, bakit 5 na lang? Kasi again, we only have 10 tooth per arc on deciduous dentition. Okay? And meaning 5 per quadrant siya. Okay? So, number 1 is still central incisor. Number 2 is lateral incisor. Number 3 is canine. Sorry, yung canine ko, canine na lang. Number 4 is first molar. And number 5 is second molar. Okay? So, if I will be talking about the FDI system, tooth number 62 is, okay, so again, first digit talks about the quadrant. 6 is upper left. So, it's primary. Or you could use deciduous. Pero syempre, ang hirap spelling ng deciduous. So, you could use primary. Primary, 6 is upper. So, it's maxillary left. And then, what's number 2? Lateral incisor. So, it's primary, maxillary left, lateral incisor. Okay? O, kayo naman. What's tooth number 5, 5? Again, write your answer on the message box. What is tooth number 5, 5? Tooth number 5, 5 is primary, maxillary, right? Second molar. Ayan, very good. Baka may nagsagot ng premolar eh. Okay. So, primary, maxillary, right? Second molar. It should be complete ha. Hindi yan pwedeng primary, right, second molar. May dapat maxillary kasi meron din tayong mandibular second molar. Okay? Question, is there tooth number 5, 7? Yes or no? Is there tooth number 5, 7? Yes or no? Okay, wala. Kasi again, it's until 5 for the second digit. Okay? Is there tooth number 6, 3? Yes or no? Is there tooth number 6, 3? Yes, meron. Okay. Tooth number 6, 3 is primary or deciduous maxillary left canine. Okay? Kakaintindihan pa ba? Naman, ayaw na naman niya. Okay. So, this is a better representation of showing the FDI system. Okay. So, ayan. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, 1, 7, 1, 8. Okay. So, ito yung sinasabi ko, hinati siya per quadrant. Okay. So, yan yung 4 na quadrant. This is yung 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1 is the maxillary right, 2 is the maxillary left, 3 mandibular left, 4 mandibular right. And then the second digit, it talks about the tooth itself. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So, ganun din sa deciduous dentition. Pangit nung hati ko. It's divided into quadrant. 5 upper right, 6 upper left, 7 lower left, 8 lower right. And then, the tooth is numbered 1 to 5 lang. Okay? That is the second digit. Next. Okay? Ito yung nakikita nyo sa patient's chart. So, every time you go to the dentist, you would see na may para silang square na sinasagutan. Tapos nilalagyan nila ng mark. Okay? Because this is what you see on the patient's chart. Ang nakalagay lang is numbering system. And then, if you have caries, they normally write C for caries. And then, if you have composite, CO. Okay? So, ganun yung ginagawa natin. That's what you call charting. Okay? Sometimes, if you have caries, lalagay din nila kung anong surface yung meron. Okay? So, on normal people, non-dental people, of course, they would not understand na ano ba yung sinusulat, but puro numbers. Okay? Pero tayo as dentists, alam na natin yan na, okay, si tooth number 11, which is the permanent maxillary right central incisor, has caries. And then the tooth number 1, 2, which is the permanent maxillary right lateral incisor, has composites. Okay? So, ito yung ginagawa natin. The first thing we do when we meet our patients is to do charting or to check each tooth. Okay? And we use the FTI system in the Philippines. So again, ito sa mga hindi pa nakakaintindi ng FDI system, we just divide it into the 4 quadrants for the first digit. Ayan, kung napapansin nyo, di ba? Lahat ng upper right, yung first digit niya puro 1. Lahat ng upper left, yung first digit niya puro 2. Okay? Lahat ng lower left, first digit niya puro 3. Lahat ng lower right, first digit niya puro 4. Okay? Second digit, yun nakita nyo, puro 1 to 8 kasi it depends on the tooth itself. Ganun din sa deciduous, it's the same. Okay? Pinagkaiba lang, we use 5, 6, 7, 8. Ay, naka... Next system is the universal numbering system. This is the system used here in the United States. So it's also called the military system. It's a simplified method of identifying teeth that is approved and adopted by the American Dental Association. The uppercase letters A through T are used for primary teeth, and the numbers 1 to 32 are used for permanent teeth. The permanent maxillary teeth are numbered 1 to 16. Then the permanent mandibular teeth are numbered 17 to 32, while the primary maxillary teeth are lettered A to J, while the primary mandibular teeth are lettered K to T. Okay, so ito, alam mo na agad yung difference na when the doctor use letters, then it means it's primary dentition. But if the doctor use numbers, it means it is permanent teeth. Actually, this is easier. Okay? Bakit siya easier? Kasi sunod-sunod lang yung bilang. Okay? Ayaw mag-move. Ano nangyayari? Bakit hindi siya nag-move? Move ko na sa visuals. Okay, so parang mas mahirap to nasa yung picture. Ayan, this is better. Okay? So, bear in mind that this is right and this is left. Okay? So, madali siya kasi tuloy-tuloy lang yung bilang. Wherein yung tooth number 1 is the permanent right maxillary third molar. Okay? So, this is the third molar. And then, tuloy-tuloy lang numbering 1, 2, 16. Wherein the number 16 is the permanent left maxillary third molar as well. Okay? So, ma'am, what if hindi pa erupted yung third molar ko? Well, I move number 1 on the second molar. No. They have this designated number no matter what. If it's unerupted, extracted, wala. Okay? They have this designated number no matter what. Na si number 1 would always be the permanent maxillary right third molar. Number 2 is the permanent maxillary right second molar, and so on and so forth. Okay? For me, mas easier sa akin ng FDI kasi sanay ako sa FDI. I'm a Filipino dentist, but here in the United States, ito yung ginagamit. Okay? Na until now, I'm still getting used to it. Nagbibilang pa ako na ano nga ba yung tooth number 6? So I will count starting from the maxillary right third molar going forward. Okay? Okay, going to the midline. Okay, going to the left. Ayan. Kasi again, yung bilang natin is right going to left. Okay? For the mandibular teeth, we start with number 17 going to number 32. Sa mandibular naman, ang bilang natin is from left going to right. Okay? Now, paano naman sa deciduous dentition? Instead of numbers, we use letters. Okay? So, obviously, yung letter A, this is the permanent maxillary right second molar. Okay? And then, ganun din, yung letter J, so, is the last tooth on the left, which is the permanent maxillary left second molar as well. Okay, so, ganun din, right to left then on the maxillary, and then from the mandibular, it's also left to right. And then, from K to letter T naman siya. Okay? So, using the universal system, okay, if I talk about tooth number, ito naman, you say it as is. Okay? So, tooth number 11. Okay? So, if I say tooth number 11 is permanent maxillary left canine. Okay? So, bakit? Kasi, bilangin mo siya. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, 11 is the permanent maxillary left canine. Okay? Now, what's tooth number 31? What's tooth number 31? Write your answers on the message box. What's tooth number 31? Tooth number 31 is permanent mandibular right second molar. Ayan. What's letter A? Using the universal system, what's letter A? Dali yung letter A. Using the universal system, what's letter A? Primary, maxillary, right, second molar. Ayan, very good. Lipat natin. Para may challenge, using the universal system, what's letter J? May challenge ba yun? Parang wala din. Pero sige. Using the universal system, what's letter J? Ayan. Letter J is primary maxillary left second molar. Binaliktad ko lang. Okay? So, ayan. Nagkakaintindihan pa naman tayo so far, I think. Okay, next numbering system is the Palmer notation. Okay, although supposedly superseded by the FDI World Dental Federation notation, it overwhelmingly continues to be the preferred method used by orthodontists, dental students, and practitioners in the United Kingdom. So, if the FDI system is used mostly in Asia or in the Philippines, the universal system is used in America or United States of America. Palmer's notation is used mostly on UK. Okay, so it was originally termed as Segmund system after the Hungarian dentist Adolf Segmundi, who developed the idea in 1861. using a Sigmund cross to record quadrants of tooth positions. Okay? The Palmer notation consists of a symbol. So we use this symbol designating each quadrant. So if you remember, di ba, we have 4 quadrants, okay? And we use this symbol, wherein this symbol, it means this is the upper right or the maxillary right. This symbol means upper left. This symbol is lower left. And this symbol is lower right or maxillary mandibular right. Okay? And then we have to put numbers or letters on it. If we use numbers, and then that is the adult teeth or the permanent teeth. But if we use letters, this is the deciduous or the primary teeth. Okay? So meaning, yung letters mo is just A to E. So since we only have 5 teeth per quadrant, while for numbers is 1 to 8 because we have 8 teeth per quadrant. Okay? So if I use this symbol and then number 1, this means this is, so ito yung symbol, okay? This is permanent maxillary right central incisor. Kasi I use number 1, so di ba nga, number 1 is central incisor. Okay? Now, if I use this symbol, and then it's number 2, okay? This symbol signifies, so lagi nyong check yung sa cross, okay? That is the upper left, okay? So it's permanent maxillary left lateral incisor, okay? Next, if I use, nasa na ba yung cursor ko? Ayan. If I use this symbol and then letter B, okay? So if we use letters, it's deciduous dentition. Okay? So, ganun pa rin yung symbol. So, it means it's upper left. So, this is primary maxillary left lateral incisor. Okay? So, kayo naman. What is, oh, bakit di na ako makasulat? I know. So, what is this symbol? What tooth is this symbol? Ayan. What tooth is this symbol? So it's number 3. So it's permanent mandibular left canine. Okay. Next, what is, wala na naman yung cursor ko. Yes, you're correct. Permanent mandibular left canine. What is this symbol? Ito tayo. What is this symbol? Using the Sigmund system. So you're right. It's primary mandibular right central incisor. You could also say deciduous mandibular right central incisor. Okay? So again, bear in mind, you have to know all the 3 numbering system. Kahit pa sabihin yung, Ma'am, FDA system naman yung ginagamit dito sa Pinas. Why do I have to learn universal or Sigmund system? You'll never know. Your patients will come from other countries and they will bring their dental records, and the dentists there use either the Sigmund system or the universal system. So you have to be knowledgeable with this 3 system. Okay? So, ayan, mukha namang nagets nyo. Okay, so ayan, this is how you use the permanent teeth. So again, Maxillary right, this symbol. Maxillary left, this symbol. Mandibular left, and then mandibular right. Okay? We also use number with this type of system for permanent tooth. So for the Decidubus, we have same symbols sa upper right, upper left, lower right. The only difference, instead of numbers, we use letters, and we only use letters A to E. Okay? A question. Daddy! What's this tooth? What's this tooth? May ganito ba? Yes or no? Oh, wala. Okay, baka may magsagot sa akin dyan. Ma'am, ano na po yan? Third molar. Walang ganon, ha? Okay, recap tayo. Okay, so nasa half na tayo ng lecture. Sabi ko sa inyo, mauubos yung oras natin. Okay, again, recap. Dental anatomy, it talks about the different anatomical landmarks and naming of each tooth. Nomenclature of tooth. So we talk about the primary and permanent. Primary is also called deciduous. It's the baby tooth. It could be replaced by the permanent teeth. The permanent tooth, it's forever, I guess, kung hindi siya carious. Okay? Primary tooth, it's just 20 in number. Permanent is 32. Okay? Succedaneous and non-succedaneous, this is how you categorize permanent tooth. Kapag succedaneous, this is the permanent tooth that replaces primary tooth. Non-succedaneous or the permanent tooth that does not replace any primary tooth. What is an example of a non-succedaneous permanent tooth? What's an example of a non-succedaneous tooth? Incisor ba? Canine, premolar, or molar? Okay, so molar siya. Walang pinapalitan ng permanent molars, okay? Next, maxillary and mandibular. Maxillary tooth are the upper tooth. Mandibular tooth are the lower tooth, okay? Anterior and posterior. Anterior tooth or teeth are everything that face the lips. Everything you see when you smile. So this includes incisors and canine. Posterior tooth that are everything behind, found posteriorly. So these are covered by the cheeks. This includes premolars and molars. Classes of teeth, we have incisors, we use for cutting. Canine, we use for tearing up of food. Premolar, it's a transitional tooth of a canine and molars. And then we have molars, which is used for grinding of tooth. Numbering system, FDI system, it's a 2-digit system. We use it in the Philippines. Universal system, it's used here in the United States. It's also called the military system. And the Falmer's notation, we use a Sigmund cross or a symbol to name or categorize each tooth. Okay? Gising pa ba? Or are you still okay? Ma'am, wala naman kaming choice. Tuloy-tuloy kayo. Okay? So next topic, we talk about the general landmarks we usually see on all the teeth. So we talk about surfaces and ridges. Itong mga terms na to, this will be repeatedly used on our discussion on the whole semester. Okay? So, tooth surfaces muna tayo. Tooth surfaces, it could be apical. Apical, it talks about the root, which is the very apex of the root. Then, the labial surface. Labial surface is the surface facing the lips. Kaya nga siya labial. And this is used on anterior teeth. Kapag buccal, this is used on posterior because it covers, this is the surface of the teeth that is covered by the buccal mucosa or the cheeks. Next is the lingual or palatal. Lingual. So lingua comes from the word tongue, meaning this is the surface of the teeth that face the tongue. Okay. For the maxillary, we can also call it palatal because this is the surface of the teeth that is facing the palate. Okay, then mesial, distal, mamaya i-discuss ko ulit yan, and incisal and occlusal. So incisal, we only use it on anterior tooth. Occlusal, we use it on posterior teeth. So, may isa-isa palang discussion, sorry. So labial surface, surface of the anterior tooth facing the lips. So these are all your labial surface. Okay, yan. Next, the buccal surface. The buccal surface is surface of the posterior teeth facing the cheeks. So, starting sa molars. Okay? Mom, can we call this area buccal surface? No, we only call it labial kasi walang cheeks sa may lips area. Ang cheeks nyo ay nasa likod. So, buccal surface on the posterior tooth, labial surface on the anterior tooth. Next, lingual or palatal surface. So this is the surface of the tooth that is closest or next to the tongue. On the upper teeth, this is called palate kasi instead of the tongue, wala namang tongue on the upper, what we have is the hard palate. So we also call it the palatal surface. But you could also call it lingual. Wala namang kaso yon. Okay, on the lower, automatic lingual surface yon kasi wala namang palate sa lower teeth. Next, ito, proximal surface. When you talk about the proximal surface, it's the surface of the teeth facing towards the surface adjacent of the teeth. Okay? So, meaning, pag proximal surface, we're talking about the sides. Okay? So, itong dalawang sides. Okay? Normally, we have two sides. Okay? One on the left and one on the right. Pero, the proximal surface, di natin siya tinatawag na left proximal or right proximal. But we use the term mesial surface and distal surface. Okay? So, how do we know if it's mesial or distal? You have to know where is your anatomic midline. Okay? Midline. Okay? So, on the tooth, the anatomic midline is in between the two central incisors. Okay? So, di ba dito mo hinahati yung quadrant. Okay? So, the surface, the proximal surface that is near the anatomic midline, we call it the mesial surface, while the surface that is far from the anatomic midline, we call it the distal surface. Okay? So, here, sa first premolar, okay, yung red line na ginawa ko, we call it the mesial surface of the maxillary first premolar. Yung may color blue na separator, this is the distal surface of the maxillary first premolar. Okay? Pero, you would see na yung surface na to is also another proximal surface of the second premolar. So, ma'am, paano yun? So, yung color blue na nandito, teka, burahin muna natin. Ang daming nakaano. So, yung color blue na to, okay, this is distal surface of the maxillary first premolar, pero it's the mesial surface of the maxillary second molar. Okay? Gets? Nagigets nyo? Okay, so, sana nagigets nyo. Okay, so, this is the first molar. Okay? What is mesial? What tooth is mesial to the first molar? Ayan. What tooth is mesial to the first molar? Sorry, ingay ng anak ko. Okay, so the tooth that is mesial to the first molar is the second premolar. What is distal to the what is distal to the first molar? Ayan, tama. What is distal to the first molar? Second molar. Okay, nagkakaintindihan tayo. Very good. Kasi yesterday, sinabi nila, wala pa nga kayong anatomy. Kasabay ko ata yung general anatomy. So, kaya medyo nahirapan. Okay, next. Incisal surface. This is the surface of the anterior tooth which is used for cutting or tearing of food. So, incisal surface is this surface, the one you use on cutting food. Okay, so, sa anterior lang may incisal surface. Okay? They are normally flat. Flat yung mga yan. Okay? Next is occlusal surface. Occlusal surface are only seen on premolars and molars or the posterior tooth. Okay? So, yun yung may large area. Okay? This is where two opposing tooth meet. When you say opposing, okay, one you see on the upper and the lower. Every time you bite, di ba? Yung posterior teeth nyo, molars and premolars, they meet together. They meet on the occlusal surface. Okay, we use this to grind food or to chew the food that we are eating. Okay. So, ito. What's number 6? Anong surface to? Anong surface to? Ayan. Number 6 is the incisal surface. Okay, so how about this? Number 1. What's this? Ayan, occlusal surface. What's number 5?
Daddy!
Go there. 5 is the buccal surface. Okay, so, hindi kasi kita dito. Ingin anak ka. Number 3. What's this? It's the palatal. Upper ba to? O sige, pwede upper. Okay. Palatal or lingual surface. O, lingual. Hindi ko kasi, paano mo kakasya siyang lingual kapag mandibular, palatal kapag maxillary? Kasi lower to eh. Okay. Next, another term we will always be using is ridge. Every time we say ridge, it's a linear elevation. Okay? It's on the surface of the crown of the tooth and it's named according to its location. First, we have marginal ridge. So, alam na natin, may ridge siya. So, it's a linear elevation. Okay? Sorry, maingay. A linear rounded border of enamel that forms the mesial and distal margins of anterior teeth as viewed from the lingual and the mesial and distal border of the occlusal surface on posterior. So, di ba, on your art projects, nung high school kayo, you always put margins. Okay? The margin serves as a border, right? So, ganun din sa ngipin. We have what we call marginal ridge. Okay? So, this will form the border of the tooth. Normally, the proximal border of the tooth. So, it's a ridge because it's a linear elevation. Okay? So, on posterior, the marginal ridge is seen on the border of the occlusal surface near the mesial and distal area. Okay, so ito siya. Sorry. On anterior tooth, since wala silang occlusal surface, we could see the marginal ridges on the lingual surface. Okay, so sa lingual surface, nandun din siya sa border which is on the mesial border and on the distal border. Okay? Next, we have triangular ridge. A triangular ridge is a linear elevation which descends from the tip of the cusp or the cusp tip to the central part of the occlusal surface. The slope of each side of the ridge resemble two sides of a triangle. So, ito medyo tricky kasi syempre hindi nyo pa alam yung ano yung cusp tip, right? So, but on a tooth, you would always see na merong parang heel type. Okay? So, bakit ba naglilinear? Okay? So, di ba may parang heel? Okay? Sa mga molars, kung napapansin nyo. Okay? This rounded elevation, we call it cusp. Okay? So, in the premolar, ilan ang nakikita nyong cusp? Is it 1 or 2 cusp? Ilan nakikita nyong cusp on this picture? 1 or 2? So yes, we have two cusp kasi dalawang bundok. Diba? Sabi ko, it's an elevation, a rounded elevation. So we have two cusp. And then, each part of it, may parts yung cusp na yon. Okay? The highest point of the cusp, we call it the tip of the cusp, pero mas mabilis kung tinawag natin siyang cusp tip. Okay? Okay? Again, the highest point of the cusp, we call it cusp tip. Okay? And each lobes, which is this one, okay, we call it cusp ridge. Okay? So again, this is a cusp. Okay? Gawin natin dito. The highest point, we call it the cusp tip. Okay? Each lobe going on the sides, okay, we call it cusp ridge. So it's safe to say, sa isang cusp, laging may dalawang cusp ridges. But we only have one cusp tip. Okay? So now, ma'am, nasaan ang triangular ridge? Okay? The triangular ridge, it came from the cusp tip. It came from the cusp tip, okay, going to the occlusal surface. Okay, pababa siya. Okay, gets nyo? If there is a linear elevation, which is a ridge, that comes from the cusp tip going on the occlusal surface, we call it triangular ridge. Okay, so ito din, kapag may cusp tip, then may ridge going to the occlusal surface, we call it triangular ridge. Next. Next is an oblique ridge. Oblique ridge is the only tooth on which an oblique ridge is found is on maxillary molars. Ayon. This is a distinguishing characteristic of maxillary molar. Ayun, alam mo agad na anong maxillary sa mandibular molars. Ang maxillary molar, meron siyang oblique ridge. Ang mandibular molars, wala. Okay? This is consists of an elevated prominence on the occlusal surface and extends obliquely from the tip of the mesolingual cusp to the distobuccal cusp. Okay? So, ma'am, bakit may mga ganito? So, hindi ko muna to i-discuss. Okay? Pero, it only talks about the placement of the cusp. Okay, so like on this picture, this is molar. You would see, ilan yung cusp ang molar? Ilan cusp to? 1, ang cusp niya ay 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so may 4, di ba? So ulitin ko, ito yung triangular ridge. Okay, so yung parts muna ng cusp. So this is a cusp. Mas better kasi dito. Baka nalito kayo kanina. The very apex of the cusp or the highest point, we call it cusp tip. Normally, there will be slopes going on the mesial and going on the distal, on the sides. We call it cusp ridge. Okay, laging dalawa yung cusp ridge. It goes on the sides of the slopes. Okay? There will also be a linear ridge coming from the cusp tip papunta sa occlusal surface. Anong tawag natin doon? If there will be a linear ridge coming from the cusp tip and then sloping towards the occlusal surface, what do we call that ridge? Triangular ridge. Very good. Okay? Now, ma'am, ano yung oblique ridge? Oblique ridge is actually two triangular ridge that is oblique. Okay? So, ayan, it runs obliquely. Okay? So, yung sinasabing mesolingual and distolingual, yun lang yung position nung cusp. Kasi this side is called the mesolingual cusp. This is the distolingual cusp, mesobuccal cusp, and the distobuccal cusp. Pero hindi nyo pa kailangan malaman yun. Kasi sa molars pa yun, magugulo yung utak nyo. Okay? So, you just have to know that an oblique ridge, it's present on maxillary molars. It's a triangular ridge that runs obliquely. Okay? Nag-meet yung dalawang triangular ridge of two cusps, but they run obliquely. Okay? Next. Next is a lingual ridge. Lingual ridge obviously is found on incisors and canines. Okay, so the ridge of the enamel that extends from the cingulum to the cusp tip on the lingual surface of most cuspids. Ito nga cuspids lang or canines. Okay, so this is easy to find kasi it is found on the middle of the lingual surface. May makikita ka dong linear elevation. That linear elevation on the lingual surface, we call it lingual ridge. Okay, this is obvious on cuspids. Ay, oo nga, cuspids lang pala. Fossa piniisip ko. Mamaya na natin pag-uusapan si cingulum, okay? Next, cusp ridge. Na-explain ko na yung cusp ridge, right? Again, there are two cusps sa premolars. Dalawa rin to. Cusp tip is on the middle or the highest point. Every time it slopes on the sides, one on the mesial, one on the distal, we call it cusp ridges. Transverse ridge. Transverse ridge is the union of a buccal and lingual triangular ridge that cross the surface of a posterior tooth transversely, both the buccal and the lingual surface. So, kung yung oblique ridge is two triangular ridge that meet obliquely, transverse ridge is two triangular ridge that meet traversely. So, meaning straight siya. Okay? Yun lang yung difference ng dalawa. Okay? So, guguluhin ko yung utak nyo ngayon. Okay? Sabi nyo, meron ditong 4. Ano pa bang kanya? What if there will be linear elevation here at the sides of the molars? What ridge is that? Anong tawag nyo sa ridge that is found on the sides of the molars? Again, what do you call the ridge that you normally see on the sides of the molars, on the borders of the mesial and distal occlusal surface? Anong ridge yan? Do you call it triangular ridge, oblique ridge, marginal ridge, or transverse ridge? Again, the ridge that you see at the borders, what do you call this? Is it triangular ridge, transverse ridge, marginal ridge, or oblique ridge? Marginal ridge. Okay, next. What do you call the ridge that is formed within the cusp? Sabi ko ni. What do you call the ridge that is normally formed or part of a cusp? Sabi ko na yung sagot. Cusp ridge. Okay. What do you call the highest point of the cusp? Di kasi kita dito sa picture. The cusp tip. Okay, nagkakaintindihan pa tayo. Next. Ano pang kulay ang meron? Sige, green na lang. What do you call the ridge that is formed from the tip of the cusp going to the occlusal portion? Triangular ridge. What if two triangular ridge meet or become parallel to each other? What do you call two triangular ridge that became parallel to each other? Parallel nga eh. Parallel, nagkita sila ng diretso. So, it's called transverse ridge. What do you call a triangular ridge? Malamang yung last na yun. Teka, ibahin ko yung kulay. That meet obliquely or diagonally. Ayan, yung diagonally, we call it oblique ridge. Okay. Okay, salamat nagkaintindihan tayo. Okay, next. Sitting in class like, are you still okay? We're almost there. Next. So cusp, na-discuss ko na. Again, a cusp, it's like a hill. It's a rounded elevation. Normally, premolars has 2 cusp. Molars has 4 cusp. Okay? Except for mandibular first molar, it has 5 cusp. Okay? So, ayan. Ito yung mga cusp. Okay? Ayan. Next, cingulum. Sabi ko sa inyo, babalikan natin si cingulum. Cingulum, it's a convexity. Okay? It's normally found between the crown and the root. Okay? So, between the crown and the root is a line. We call it the cervical line. Pero, on that area, there will be convexity. So, ano yung convexity? May buntis na area. Okay? May matabang area on the lingual surface of anterior teeth. Okay? So, we call this cingulum. Okay? Next is a pit. A pit is a small pinpoint depression, okay, found at the junction or terminals of the developmental grooves and named according to its location. So, location lang yan. Is it found on the mesial or distal? So, we have mesial pit and distal pit. Yun lang naman. Pero a pit is a cavity. A very, very small pinpoint depression. So, ma'am, dito ba pumapasok yung bacteria? If this is it become wide open, it is. Pero it's a normal landmark. Hindi siya, normally, dapat hindi siya pinapasukan ng cavity kasi it is just a pinpoint depression. Okay? Pinpoint lang. Very, very small. Okay? Next is a fossa. A fossa is a cat. Joke lang. Siyempre, hindi siya cat. A fossa is a rounded or angular depression of varying size found on the surface of a tooth. So, kala ko din yung gets ko nung tumawa eh. Okay, so, a fossa is a larger depression. So, si pit is very small. Okay, fossa is a much larger depression. Okay, and this is where developmental grooves meet. Later, pag-uusapan natin yan. Okay? So, a fossa, ayan, the very known fossa is the central fossa. It's centrally located depression found on the occlusal surface of molars and mandibular second bicuspids. Okay? So, mamaya pag-uusapan natin tong mga grooves. Pangit ng purple. Kahit favorite ko purple, pangit siya dito. Okay? So, there will be grooves. Grooves are linear depressions. Pero normally, this line, they always meet on the center. Okay? So, yung center na yon parang may makikita kang depression. You call that central fossa. Okay? Next, lingual fossa. So, it's an irregular, shallow depression found on the lingual surface of incisors or cuspids. So, ito, again, lingual fossa is only seen on anterior tooth. So, if this area, very obvious ang mga lingual fossa kasi if you remember, this cervical region, this is the cingulum, okay? It's convex. Buntis yan, okay? Pero, right above it, magkakaroon ng cavity or depression. This depression is found on the lingual, thus it's called lingual fossa. Tatandaan nyo, basta fossa, it's a cavity. Okay? So, obvious na obvious yan. Next is a triangular fossa. It's located adjacent to the marginal ridge on the occlusal surface of posterior tooth. The 2 types of triangular fossa are seen. It could be mesial or distal based on its location. Pero if you remember, the marginal ridge is here, diba? It borders the mesial and distal surface of the occlusal surface. Okay, so ang nangyayari is there will be a depression on this area. Okay? And it will form a triangular shape. Kaya tinawag siyang triangular fossa. It's very small. Yung dito, exaggerated lang siya. If you would see a tooth specimen, which you will see on your laboratory, okay, i-explain ulit lahat to, Okay? Or mas makikita nyo siya sa lab because you have your tooth specimen. Okay? Triangular shape siya, pero very small lang siya. It came from the marginal ridge, tas pababa siya sa occlusal surface. Next is a groove. A groove is a linear depression. So, opposite siya ng ridge. If you remember, ridge is a linear elevation. Ito, groove, linear depression. It look like sa canal, pero syempre yung canal exage yun, di ba? Ito is a very, very small canal. Pinpoint lang din siya. But it's linear. Okay? So, yung sinasabi ko nga, there are two types, major types ng groove. It could be developmental or supplemental. Kapag developmental groove, it actually divides the different cusp. Okay? Sorry, mag-overtime ako. 5:46 na pala. Okay? So, di ba, malalaman mo agad na, okay, may 4 na cusp. How would you know there are 4 cusps? Because there are grooves on the occlusal surface. This developmental grooves, this divide the occlusal surface. Okay? Anong oras next class nyo? Hindi nyo pa alam. So next is a supplemental groove. Supplemental groove, it will not divide any occlusal surface. So supplemental lang siya. So parang mga lines lang siya na nag-branch out from the occlusal surface. It will not divide anything. It will just make a wrinkled appearance on the occlusal surface. Pinapapangit lang niya yung occlusal surface. Nagpapadagdag lang siya sa kakabisaduhin yung parts. Okay? But we call it supplemental groove. Next is the mamelons. So mamelons are small rounded projections of enamel from the incisal edges of a newly erupted anterior teeth, but sometimes they will remain. Okay, projections wear away after eruption. So normally you see it on incisors, maxillary incisors. May makikita kang mga line. Di ba supposed to be flat yung incisal surface? Pero kapag bagong tubo, it appears crooked. Okay, we call that mamelons. Okay? Again, it should wear away kasi gagamitin mo siya for cutting, thus mafa-flatten siya. Okay? So again, all the linear depression, we call it grooves. All the linear elevation, we call it ridge. Ayan, ridge and groove. Going down, triangular ridge siya. Mas kita talaga siya pag actual as compared sa picture. Okay? And then yung mga canals like this one, we call it groove. The one that separates each cusp, we call it developmental grooves. Okay? So yung mga naglalagay ng mga branch out lang, we call it supplemental grooves. Okay? These are some of the visuals, mga different anatomic landmark of each tooth. Sabi ko sa inyo, paulit-ulit natin i-discuss ang ridges, ang fossa, ang grooves. So, ayan. So, yung akala nyong walang parts na, ang liit nung ipin, di ba? But it has a lot of parts like this one. Okay? Ma'am, do we need to memorize this? Not yet. Tinagay ko lang yan just so you know na, okay, kahit pala ganun lang siya kaliit, madami siyang parts. Yeah, molar, di ba? So, imagine mo, ang dami niyong kakabisaduhin. Sa liit ng occlusal surface na yon, may 15 parts on that. Now, the crown and the root. So, the tooth is divided into 2 parts. We have the crown and the root. The crown is what we usually see. It's the white portion of the tooth. So, it is covered by the enamel. The root, this is covered by the gums. Nakatago siya. Okay? The line that separates the crown and the root, we call it the cervical line. Okay? So, cervical. Ay, meron ata yan. Ayan, ito. The crown and root portion is covered by the cemento-enamel junction or the cervical line. So, again, you will know this is the crown kasi it is white and then yung root normally is yellow or darker in color. Okay, the line that separates them, we call it cervical line or the cemento-enamel junction. So, bakit? If you remember, cementum, it covers the root. Enamel, it covers the crown. So, it's cemento-enamel junction. For tooth tissues, I will discuss this in passing. There is a special subject we have to, you will deal with this tooth tissues we call oral histology. So we have the enamel, cementum, dentine, and pulp. The enamel, again, this covered the crown portion. It is the white portion of your crown. Okay. Cementum, this is the area that covers, or cementum is the tissue that covers the root area. Okay. It's not seen since it's part of the root. Dentine, this is the yellow part of the tooth. It forms the bulk of the tooth. Okay? Once dentine is exposed, nagsa-start ang sensitivity. Okay? It gives the yellowish color of the tooth. So, if your tooth is yellowish, baka pwedeng hindi ka nagtutoothbrush talaga, or very thin yung enamel mo and malapit na ma-expose yung dentine. So, sinasabi that if your tooth is yellowish in nature, so it means you're sensitive kasi manipis yung enamel and then the dentine is about to be exposed. Di naman. Okay? Next is the pulp. The pulp is the red area. This provides the blood vessels and the nerves of the tooth. Okay, so sila bahala doon. Thus, if this is exposed from sensitivity sa dentine, pagdating sa pulp, it becomes very painful. Kapag nasira ang dentine, this can be treated with simple restoration. But if the cavity reached the pulp and then it needs endodontic treatment or root canal treatment. Kung na i-discuss yan, basahin nyo na lang kasi time na. Division into thirds, line angles, and point angles. So, when we discuss sa mga next topics, long axis pala muna, okay? We'll talk about long axis and eggshell surface. So, when we say long axis, this is an imaginary line that goes through the crown and the root. Kumbaga, this is the very center of the crown and the root portion. We call it the long axis. Okay? The surface of the tooth that is parallel to the long axis, we call it eggshell surface. So there could be an eggshell surface on the lingual. There could also be eggshell surface on the labial. Pwede rin sa mesial, pwede din sa distal. Okay? But the very center where the crown and root meet, we call it the long axis of the tooth. Next, ayan, we usually talk about the tooth into thirds. We divide the tooth into thirds, pwedeng on the root area or on the crown area. Okay? So, picture na lang tayo kasi mas madali explain. For the crown, you could divide it horizontally. Okay? So, ito. Divide mo lang siya into 3. Kasi nga, division into thirds. Okay? The area of the tooth that is on the middle, madali tandaan, we call it the middle third. The area of the tooth or the thirds of the tooth that is near the incisal surface, we call it the incisal third. And the thirds of the tooth that is near the cervical line, if you remember, the cervical line divides the crown and the root, we call it cervical third. Okay? We can also divide the crown vertically. Okay? So, syempre, yung gitna, we call it middle third. And on the sides, it depends kung saan yung location niya. If it's near the midline, we call it the mesial third. And then, if it's away from the midline, we call it the distal third. So, itong area that's away from the midline, distal third. Itong area that is near the midline, we call it the mesial third. The middle will always be the middle third. Okay? Sa posterior, instead of using the word incisal third, we use the term occlusal third kasi wala namang incisal surface sa molars, okay, or posterior tooth. What we have is occlusal surface, okay? We can also divide it on the third will always the middle. So, syempre, the third that is near the labial surface, we call it the labial third. and one on the lingual, we call it the lingual third. Okay, so when I explain it, when we talk about the tooth individually, at least gets nyo na pag sinabi ko, the cervical third, so it means it's near the cervical area. The incisal third, okay, mga ganong discussion kasi yung mangyayari. Next is a line angle. So, alam nyo naman yung geometry malamang, right? So, you have discussed angles, okay? Line angle is an angle formed by junction of two crown surfaces. Okay, so meaning it is an area where two surfaces meet. Like for example, magkatabi si labial surface tsaka mesial surface. Okay, nandito pala sa kabilang side. So we call it mesiolabial line angle. Magkatabi si disto tsaka si labial surface. So distolabial line angle. Okay? So in short, yung mga magkakatabing surface, they would form an angle and that angle is called line angle. Okay? Question, meron bang labiolingual line angle? Is there such thing as labiolingual line angle? Yes or no? Okay, so walang labiolingual line angle because there is a surface in between the labial and the lingual surface. Okay? So kung mapapansin nyo, di ba, ano siya, three-dimensional nga siya. So, ang labial, ang katabi niya, either mesial, distal, or incisal. Okay? Ganun din ang lingual. Katabi niya, it's either incisal or occlusal, or the mesial and distal. Pero never magkakatabi si labial and lingual. Okay? Kasi there will always be a surface in between them. Okay? So, the anterior and posterior teeth, both of them has 8 line angles. Okay, so these are the 8 line angles. Ma'am, do we need to memorize it? Actually, hindi na kasi parang it's very common sense in short. Okay? Lagi nyo lang iisipin, line angles are two adjacent or neighboring surfaces of the crown. Okay? Next is a point angle. The only difference, point angle is a junction of 3 crown surface. Okay? Kung si line angle, 2 surface, point angle is 3 surface. And, ma'am, nagmi-meet ba yung 3 surface? They normally meet on corners. Okay? So, like for this, ito. So, yung 3 surface is disto, labio, incisal. So, distal, labial, and incisal angle. So, yung mga corners lang talaga. Okay? So, this is another mesio, labio, incisal line angle. Okay? So, ganun din sa occlusal. Okay? Yun lang yung difference. So, again, ilang surfaces ang nagmi-meet for line angles? Is it 2 or 3? Okay, 2 surfaces for line angles, while for point angles, it's 3 surfaces. So, in short, point angles, it has lesser, we have lesser point angles, as you can see for line point angles lang, while for line angle, it's 8. Hindi tayo magganyan. And I think that's it for today. It's a very long lecture. Akala ko mag-overtime ako. Dati kasi sa curriculum, ang oral anatomy is first year. So, at least ngayon, second year. Na-absorb ba? Kaya pa ba? Na-gets ba? I hope so. So, next meeting, there will be a quiz on the topic. Okay, so again, class starts 7:05, quiz starts 7:05. Okay? Everything sa mga latecomers, everything is online, even the quizzes. Okay? If you have question, there is a post task I open on this topic. Submission is in 2 weeks. I know August 21 is a holiday. Probably I will move it on a 20 na lang. Okay? If you have any questions regarding the topic or anything, you can message me on Canvas or you can email me at jadeluna@ceu.edu.ph. Again, don't expect me to reply agad-agad because of the time difference. Okay? May tanong, nagets ba yung topic? Okay, na-meet nyo na yung lab nyo? Nag-meet na kayo ng lab? Ay, hindi pa. Okay. Ito pa pala. For us to probably understand each other, kasi as you can see, ang daming visuals na ito yung parts, this is the rich, this is ganyan, and I can only show you pictures. Okay? Kasi I'm a lecturer. Okay? But sa laboratory, your laboratory professor would ask you to bring or to buy tooth specimen. Okay? It is better while writing on the handouts, okay, since I gave you all my PowerPoints, you also have a tooth specimen in hand para mas nagigets nyo na, ay, ito yung sinasabi ni Ma'am na cast tip. Ay, ito yung sinasabi ni Ma'am na rich. Ito yung groove. Okay? So, I encourage you to have a tooth specimen on your table or anything while I'm discussing. Okay, nasa inyo naman yung schedule. So, kung maxillary incisors yung topic, at least you have maxillary incisors. Okay? So, that's it. See you next Wednesday. Okay? Again, di ako maghihintay ng latecomers, ha? You can leave.